3 Israeli hostages released yesterday from Gaza after 498 days of captivity have been reunited with their families in emotional scenes. Sagi Dekel-Chen, Sasha Trufanov, and Yair Horn were all abducted from Kibbutz Nir Oz on October 7, 2023. Within hours of their release, the freedmen spoke of the physical and mental abuse they endured. They looked thin and pale, but appeared to be in better physical shape than the 3 emaciated hostages released last week. 19 Israeli hostages have been freed so far under the ceasefire deal that went into effect last month. 5 Thai hostages were released outside the framework of the deal with Israel. Another 14 hostages, living and dead, are slated to be released in the initial stage of the ongoing truce deal with Hamas. Marco Rubio has arrived in Israel on his first visit as U.S. Secretary of State. Rubio arrived after President Trump's Saturday noon deadline for Hamas to release all Israeli hostages has come and gone. But Prime Minister Netanyahu has yet to indicate whether Israel will continue the first phase of the hostage ceasefire deal or resume the war in Gaza. Netanyahu did indicate that he wants to expedite the return of the remaining 6 living hostages in the coming days. The Prime Minister also announced that caravans and some other items would not be allowed to enter Gaza at this time. Last week, President Trump suggested that Israel end the ceasefire and resume fighting if all hostages are not returned by noon yesterday. This after Hamas announced it was delaying the release of the 3 hostages who were freed yesterday as planned. As it became clear that Hamas would release only 3 hostages, Trump posted on Truth Social that the United States will back any decision that Israel makes. The Prime Minister's office issued a statement that gave no indication of what Israel will do next. The statement read, "The Prime Minister appreciates the U.S. President's full support going forward. Israel highly appreciates Trump's leadership and the ongoing coordination with the United States." Following the return of 3 more hostages, Israel released 369 security prisoners, including 36 life-termers for murder. This was the largest number of prisoners freed, but most were arrested in Gaza since the start of the war and are not convicted of terror attacks in Israel. The prison authority dressed those being released in shirts with a blue Star of David and writing in Arabic saying, "We don't forgive or forget." The buses filled with prisoners left Ketziot prison for drop-off in Gaza. Ofer prison took the inmates to Ramallah. Large crowds were on hand to greet the former prisoners in both locations. Among those serving life sentences, 10 were sent to Judea and Samaria, 1 to East Jerusalem, and 25 were deported via Egypt. This news flash is brought to you by Blessed by Israel.
Experience the power of truth with ILTV News. If you're looking for quality content and captivating visuals, join our news community and become an integral part of our team as we embark on a mission to unveil the real Israel, dismantling the web of lies and misinformation that surround reporting on Israel. By subscribing to ILTV News, you will not only have access to the latest updates, but you will also amplify our message, creating a ripple effect that carries the truth far and wide. Subscribe today and help reshape the narrative. Available on the web, Android, and Apple.